Are you stuck in the cycle of skipping meals or grabbing whatever's convenient and then feeling like crap at the end of the day because you made choices that you really didn't want to make in the first place? Stick around because I'm going to show you what I eat in the course of my whole food plant-based day. I'm going to show you real meals that are not only doable but delicious, and meals that you can eat every single day. If you followed me for a while, it will come as no surprise that yes, I'm having oatmeal for breakfast. I'm going to start with some rolled oats. I use 1/4 cup. I've experimented with trying different amounts, and I have just found that this is what works for me and makes me full. If you need to do 1/2 cup or even a cup, whatever works for you, you have to figure that out by trial and error. I'm adding in 1 cup and 1/4 of water, about 1/4 cup of riced cauliflower that's frozen. Someone recently asked me if I use regular cauliflower that I get in the produce section and then rice it.
No way.
But I don't. I like to use the frozen. I find that it has less of a strong cauliflower taste. Some frozen banana, just enough to give it a little bit of sweetness. A tablespoon of red lentils. It is a great way to just get an extra little bit of protein in, and you don't taste it at all. It melts into the oats. I usually put in zucchini, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use the rest of my shredded carrot. I love putting apple in because it gives it a little bit of sweetness. It gives it a little bit of crunch. I also like it raw, but I like it cooked too. I'm going to add a teensy bit of salt and some cinnamon. A little bit of vanilla cream stevia drops, which also is optional. And that's it. Into the microwave it goes. And by the way, you don't have to microwave it. You can do this right on the stove if you'd like, or in an Instant Pot, or in a slow cooker. However it is that is going to enable you to get this deliciousness into your belly will work. Here's my finished bowl of oats. I added some frozen blueberries that I defrosted for about 30 seconds. I added some flax meal and some hemp seeds and a little bit of maple syrup, a little drizzle of soy milk. I'm going to sit down and enjoy that with my cup of Buzz-free decaf coffee that I also added some soy milk to. We are going to the city for the day. I thought I would pull together some food that I'm going to bring with me and show you what that looks like. First thing I'm going to do is make a drink. It's kind of like pink lemonade. I filled my cup about halfway full of ice. I'm going to squeeze this lemon. This is a great lemon squeezer because it's got a flat bottom, so you can sit it down and just use your body weight to press the juice out of the lemon. Now I'm going to put in a little bit of pomegranate juice. That gives it a little bit of a pink tinge. I'm going to try something different today. I have these frozen dragon fruit cubes. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I might as well use them. Maybe it'll add a little bit of flavor. A couple of drops of vanilla cream stevia drops, and then I fill the rest up with water. Let's give it a taste. It needs to be a little bit sweeter, so I'll just add a little bit more stevia drops. Perfect. Okay, that's going to go on the road with us. I'm going to get my lunch together now. I just sort of like vacuumed out the refrigerator, whatever I thought would make a good salad. I have some leftover lettuce. I like to cut it so it's a little bit smaller. And we have pepper. I love these long orange peppers. Trader Joe's has them, sweet snaps. There's nothing like filling up your belly with non-starchy veggies. It's great for fiber. It's got all the antioxidants and phytonutrients, basically making what we call in our household a kitchen sink salad. Everything is game. I'm going to put some red onion, not a lot because then it overwhelms salad. Chickpeas that I made, air roasted chickpeas. These little cucumbers are so great. They're so crispy. Right? So far we have the lettuce and the peppers and the cucumbers and the chickpeas. A little bit of brown rice. I never have more than 1/2 cup. Here's 1/4 and here's another 1/4. Air fried soy curls that are absolutely delicious. Add some of those. And this has 3 grams of fat for 2 tablespoons. That's pretty decent. If you look at the more commercially made ones that you get in the supermarket, they're much higher in fat. Now I don't need 2 tablespoons, so 1 will do. 1.5 tablespoons of fat. And then the last thing is going to be the dressing, which I will put on later. I forgot one thing. I'm going to put in a little bit of a nectarine. I always like fruit in my salad, whether it's strawberries, blueberries, apple, nectarine, plum, doesn't really matter what it is. The cover goes on. Done. I remembered that I had some salad dressing that I made the other day. It's sort of like an Italian, no oil. I have an idea. I'm going to take this dressing and I'm going to take this dressing. It's like a creamy dressing. I'm going to mix them. Into the bag it goes. While I'm thinking of it, I'm not driving by the way, while I'm thinking of it, that pomegranate juice that I put into my drink I buy the big container of it. It lasts me a good couple of weeks, if not more. I think it's well worth the 10 or 11 bucks. It's just more cost effective. I only use like a little tiny bit of it, and it makes such a difference. It makes my lemonade pink and just a little bit tart. I have my salad with all my yummy stuff in it. Decided to add some walnuts, another great form of protein and omega-3s. And then I also decided to add one medjool date because I love medjool dates. And this is going to fill me up nicely until probably mid-afternoon when I'll want a snack. I brought an apple with me. So here's my salad with the dates and the walnuts and all the other goodies. Here's my Dijon mustard jar. I love recycling. Do you like to do that? Let me know in the comments. Do you recycle jars? I want to add that. I'm really excited to sit down and eat this. It's going to be absolutely delicious. And if you have not tried these soy curls, you must. They're made by a company called Butler. Defatted soybeans that are made into these strips, and you soak them for like 5 minutes, and then you can put whatever flavor profile you want in them. And I usually air fry them because they become sort of nice and crispy. That's it. I'm really excited to eat this. This is the way I eat every single day. I have that oatmeal for breakfast. Pretty much always have a huge salad with just a kitchen sink salad with lots of stuff in it. So delicious. It's been quite a day. We decided that on the way home, we were going to call in an order at the sushi restaurant. And lo and behold, when we called, they were closed on Tuesdays. We had to punt. I said, you know what? Never mind. We'll get home. I'll figure something out. So I went into the freezer and I pulled out fire roasted corn, asparagus, French cut green beans, carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. I sprinkled on umami, garlic powder, onion powder, garlic salt. I'm going to put it in the oven, which has been preheating at 375. I am going to saute up some onion because everything tastes better with onion. I actually don't mind challenging myself to come up with something on short notice. I mean, it would have been great to go out for dinner for sure. Part of the fun of following a whole food plant-based lifestyle is that it's kind of fun. You know, if you have a well-stocked pantry and freezer and refrigerator, it's fun to see what you can pull together. If you don't have my pantry guide, I will link it in the show notes below because that's a good thing to have. Whether you're a beginner or even a seasoned person, it's always nice to kind of check and see what other people use and have in their pantries. You know, you get good ideas. I think it's really important to have a well-stocked pantry. And when I say pantry, what I really mean is not just your shelves and your dry goods, but your freezer, refrigerator, you know, stuff that you've purchased and that you've hopefully prepped. So your freezer. So it's just really good to have stocked. And over time, you learn what you need to have on hand at all times, like onions, for example. Okay, I'm going to be putting the noodles in here. I'll get to that in a second. But for now, I have this large saute pan preheating. And I'm going to put the onions in it and get that going. I will ultimately add the vegetables that are in the oven roasting to the onions, or vice versa, the onions to the vegetables, because I think there'll be more room on that big pan. Okay, that's nice and hot. There it goes. You can hear the sizzle. I always keep some water close by because that will help me when the pan starts to get a little dry. I'm basically going to leave them now. I'm not going to touch them. I'm going to let them sort of start to caramelize. And into the water, I'm going to add the Korean style starch noodles. They're vermicelli, so they're really thin. And they're made from sweet potatoes. On the package, it says sweet potato starch and water. The sweet potato noodles are taking a little bit longer than the package says, so I have to keep an eye on them. But in the meantime, I'm going to monitor the onions, but also make the sauce. 4 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter. I'm going to do 2 of tamari, 2 of coconut aminos, a couple of sweet red chili sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, a smidge of hot sauce. We'll do some ginger. See, I can tell that it needs to be thinned, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. 1, 2. Let's see how that looks. Looks good, but I feel like it could be a little thinner. It needs more of this. Let's see how the vegetables are doing in the oven. They definitely need some help, but we are going to take them out. We're going to add garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of soy sauce. That's good. And I'll let them go for maybe 5 more minutes. I'm kind of excited. Here are the sweet potato noodles. I'm going to add some vegetables, lots of vegetables. I'm going to add some soy curls. I didn't even heat them. They're fine just the way they are, even at room temp. Sauce, not too much, just enough to wet it and give it a little bit of that sort of pad thai-ish flavor. Some chopped nuts, a little bit of squeezed lime. Oh, does that not look so sensational? Right here are the onions. That is done. Doesn't it look so good? This was made from a whole bunch of frozen vegetables that were sort of begging to be finally used. Some leftover soy curls from last night, the sweet potato glass noodles, that's what they're called. The only thing I really had to make tonight were the noodles, and I sauteed up the onion to use as a garnish, and I made the sauce. But now I will have the rest of this sauce for repeats for tomorrow. And there's still some sauteed onions, and there are still some glass noodles. So I have enough to make at least one more meal. Anyway, I'm going to sit down and enjoy this fabulous looking, interesting take on pad thai. I can't even tell you how excited I am to sit down and partake and eat this delicious meal. Great way to end the day. I love seeing what I eat in a day videos from other content creators. I love seeing what I eat in a day videos from other content creators. So it was really fun for me to start. No, I've done it already. I love seeing what I eat in a day videos from other content creators. It always gives me a lot of ideas for meals. I learn about new recipes. I learn about new food combinations. So I'm hoping that you also got a lot out of today's What I Eat in a Day video. Please remember to smash that subscribe button. Please remember to smash... What the heck? Please remember to smash... Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my plant-based goodness. I'm Ellen of Ellen's Healthy Kitchen, and I help you plant your plate one healthy meal at a time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.